What did a recruit's mom pack that horrified the drill sergeant? Basic training, day 3. We're doing our first footlocker inspection when Drill Sergeant Parks stops dead at Private Jackson's bunk. His face went from stern to absolutely horrified in about 2 seconds. "What in the holy hell is this?" he screamed, holding up what looked like a small pink teddy bear wearing a tiny military uniform. Jackson turned bright red. "It's my battle buddy, Drill Sergeant. My mom made it for me." The entire platoon went silent. You could hear a pin drop. Parks just stared at this homemade teddy bear dressed in miniature ACUs, complete with tiny combat boots and a little helmet. But it got worse. Much worse. Parks started examining it closer. The bear had Jackson's name tape sewn on, miniature rank insignia, even a tiny American flag patch. His mother had spent weeks creating the most detailed military teddy bear in existence. "She said it would keep me safe and remind me of home," Jackson explained, his voice cracking. Parks looked like he was about to have an aneurysm. 30 years in the army, 2 combat deployments, and he was being defeated by arts and crafts from someone's mother. The other recruits were trying desperately not to laugh. Some were biting their lips so hard they were bleeding. I was shaking from suppressed laughter. Then Parks found the note. Tucked inside the bear's uniform was a letter from Jackson's mom. Parks unfolded it and started reading silently. His expression changed from anger to confusion to something I'd never seen before. The letter explained that Jackson was her only child. His father had died in Iraq when Jackson was 12. She'd been terrified of losing her son too, but was proud he wanted to serve. She'd made the bear using fabric from his father's old uniform, sewn it with thread from his dad's jump wings. The tiny boots were made from leather from his father's combat boots. Parks finished reading and looked at Jackson, who was now openly crying. The whole platoon was watching this unfold like a train wreck you can't look away from. "Private Jackson," Parks said quietly, "this stays in your footlocker, but it stays hidden, you understand me?" "Yes, Drill Sergeant, and if any of you maggots gives Jackson grief about this, you'll be doing push-ups until Christmas. This bear represents more military service than any of you have earned yet." That night, word spread through the barracks. Jackson's dad had been Special Forces, killed by an IED while leading a convoy to evacuate wounded soldiers. Purple Heart, Bronze Star, the works. Suddenly nobody was laughing at the teddy bear anymore. Jackson turned out to be one of the toughest guys in our platoon. Never quit, never complained, always helped struggling recruits. That bear stayed hidden in his footlocker, but everyone knew it was there. Graduation day, Jackson's mom came to watch. Parks pulled her aside after the ceremony, told her she'd raised a fine soldier and that her husband would be proud. She started crying, hugged Parks right there in front of everyone, thanked him for taking care of her boy. Later, Parks told us that letter was the hardest thing he'd ever read in 30 years of service. Said it reminded him why we do what we do. Jackson deployed to Afghanistan 6 months later. That bear went with him, hidden in his gear. Guys in his unit knew about it, protected the secret. He made it home safe. Still has that bear. His own kids play with it now, though they don't know the full story yet. Parks retired 2 years later. At his farewell dinner, Jackson showed up in dress blues, brought the bear with him, placed it on Parks' table and saluted. "Thank you for understanding, Drill Sergeant." Parks wiped his eyes. "Thank you for teaching an old soldier about courage, son."